Well, hey friends! Welcome to Hey China with Emperor Meow. I'm Emperor Meow, but you probably already knew that my name is Emily. I mean, nobody's name is Meow, right? Yeah, I didn't think so. Alright, so let's get right into it. Today's idiom is a little bit sad, and it's about a bird called精卫. And that was Chinese, by the way, if you missed it. And the Chinese idiom is called 精卫填海, and the English translation would be to fill the ocean. Yeah, that would be the translation, to fill the ocean, which sounds like an impossible task. And this is how the idiom goes. So, once upon a time, a long time ago, this was back when Yendi was alive. And you guys remember Yendi, right? Yeah? You guys remember Yendi and Huangdi? Yeah. So Yendi was one of the forefathers of the Chinese civilization, remember? He was one of our ancestors. Now, I bet you guys didn't know that Yendi had a daughter. It's okay, I didn't know that either. But apparently he had a daughter, and her name was Nuwa. And Nuwa actually means girl doll in Chinese. So you can imagine she was absolutely adorable. And she loved the ocean. And one day she was playing by the ocean, and all of a sudden this stupid storm just snuck up behind her. And oh my god, it was atrocious. And the waves were super fierce. And the storm basically sucked her into the ocean, and she drowned. Yeah, so that's really sad, right? Like, this little girl was just innocently playing by the ocean, and she drowned. Yeah, so I bet you're probably thinking, that escalated quickly. But the story didn't end there. Eventually, the storm died down, and the waves became really calm. This little bird that people called Jingwei just kind of appeared from the ocean out of nowhere. And the reason this bird is called Jingwei is because it makes this calling sound that to Chinese people sounds like Jingwei, Jingwei. And so that's why this bird was called Jingwei. A little bit irrelevant from the story. The point is, Nuwa was reincarnated into this imaginary bird called Jingwei. See, this bird no longer exists, so whether it was a real bird or not, we'll never know. It was this beautiful bird that looked like a phoenix, and it had really, really colorful feathers. But it's just too bad that nobody was there to witness it. So we don't really know whether this bird exists or not. But all you need to know is that Nuwa was reincarnated into this bird called Jingwei, because this bird makes this really unique calling sound, and it sounds like it's saying, Jingwei, Jingwei. That's funny. That's a really strange bird call. This little bird, Jingwei, just sort of rose out of the ocean, and it had this deep, deep resentment for the ocean because it killed her, okay? She drowned because of the storm and the ocean, remember? And she wanted to get rid of the ocean. So what the little bird did was it flew back to the shore to gather as much like pebbles and branches as it could, and it would fly back into the ocean and angrily throw the little stones and pebbles into the ocean. She was on a mission to fill the ocean so that nobody would drown in it anymore. And she did this for the rest of her life. And that is the end of this idiom. Pretty sad, right? Like, I think this was probably the saddest idiom that I've ever talked about. Most of the other idioms are like really positive and really light. But this one is really sad. Yeah, somebody died. So the moral of the idiom is that filling up the ocean is an impossible task. So we Chinese people use this idiom when we want to refer to someone who has a lot of perseverance and determination, just like this little bird who refused to stop until she filled up the ocean. Now, she may not have filled up the ocean in her lifetime, because obviously, like, the ocean still exists, thank goodness. But the point is, nothing is too big for you to achieve, so don't ever stop. Yeah, be like this little bird. She's a little delusional, but you have to appreciate her hustle, you know what I mean? Yeah, okay, so that is the end of that idiom. Thank you guys so much for watching. Oh my gosh, it's been 7 episodes already. That is pretty amazing. Soybean and I really, really appreciate you, and we're really grateful for you. So, thanks again, and tune into the next episode. The next idiom is about a castrated man who takes a deer and insists on telling everyone that it's a horse. Yeah, pretty weird, right? Like, are you amused? You want to know what happens, don't you? Well then, go ahead and check the next episode.